Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome. Sorry about that. Of course, you know by now that I have no control over these things, right? It is what it is. You see, we are hearing calls from opposition. Julian Robinson is saying that we need to have competition. Flow and digital need competition. We have been calling for it. Other persons have been calling for it, and we have heard nothing concerning it. Right? This is what I would like to see that Minister Favour Williams pay attention to. Right? The Minister of Technology, and I see her doing nothing concerning it. She was quick to ask OUR to audit JPS after Attorney General got her 1,000% increase in her electricity bill, but we see nothing. We need something drastic to happen to one of them, for us to get some results. Sad to say, but it's true. That's the only time they act, right? Or react, because they're very reactive, not proactive at all, very reactive. So, guys, that's why it's so important for you to subscribe, because every time the feed falls and I start again, I can't send out the link. You understand? However, I will create a playlist at the end of the program and send out that link for those persons who want to watch the program seamlessly. Okay, thank you, those faithful who are still with me. Okay, so I was giving you the news, guys, about the toll rate that the transport ministry wants to increase on us, but they're asking for our feedback about it. So I'm going to give you the contact information for you to give feedback. But before I give you the feedback, I want to give you the information that they've given for what the toll are going to be, the new tolls, right? They have made some suggestions. This is what they want the feedback on. Okay, you can't make informed decisions unless you have the information, right? So let me give you the information. So here are the proposed new rates. I'm giving you the old rate and the new rate. That is for Highway 2000. Highway 2000, as I said, run from north to south. It also it is broken up into different stages. So you have, for example, the Spanish Town Road section, Cayman section, Angel section by Spanish Town and different section. So I'm going to give you, starting with the Spanish Town Toll Plaza section. So at that section, for the class 1 vehicles, the current rate is 170. They're proposing to raise it by $20 to 190. Yeah. Class 2 to rate from 260 to 290. Class 3 from 470, right? So that would be like the trucks and buses, yeah, from 470 to 530. That's the biggest, because it's a bigger vehicle, bigger CC ratings, right? So they pay more. All right. So for the Portmore section of the toll, the Portmore Toll Plaza, class 1, it would be from 240, new rate 260. Class 2 from 380 to 420. And that's usually like the SUVs and so forth, yeah. And class 3, current rate is 730. Proposed new rate would be 790. Then the Vineyard Toll Plaza, class 1 would be from 480 to 510. Class 2 from 700 to 750. Class 3 from 1,320 to 1,400. Then the May Pen section of the the May Pen Toll Plaza, class 1, current rate 120. Proposed new rate 130. Class 2 200, new rate 220. Class 3 400, new rate 440. Then from the north south leg of Highway 2000, the north south, which is basically the Orchard section right here, right? The north south leg for Highway 2000, from the Cayman section to Miami Bay. Excuse me. Class 1 is 200 to 40. Class 2, 350 to 480. Class 3, 600 to 725. There's 125 addition on that one class. From 600 to 725. Class 4, from 100 to 120. And then between Cayman and Linstead, it would be class 1, 550 to 690. Class 2, 1,050 to 1,380. Class 3, 1,650 to 2,065. Class 4, from 250 to 345. And then Caymanas to Unity Valley section, class 1, from 900 to 1,100. Class 2, from 1,750 to 2,205. Class 3, from 2,800 to 3,305. That's over $500 addition there, so guys. Class 4 from 450 to 550. Then from Caymanas to Lidford, This from 1,150 to 1,345. Class 2 from 2,300 to 2,690. Class 3 from 3,450 to 4,035. Class 4 from 550 to 675. Okay. Then from Angels to Ocherius, from Angels to Linstead, Class 1, 350 to 480, Class 2, 700 to 960, Class 3, 1,200 to 1,440, Class 4, 200 to 240, and from Angels to Unity Valley, Class 1, 750 to 895, Class 2, 1,400 to 1,785, Class 3, 2,225, 2,250 to 2,680, Class 4, 350 to 445. Okay, from Angels to Rocherius. Class 1, from 1,200 to 1,455. Class 2, 2,400 to 2,910, almost 2,000 guys. Class 3, 3,700 to 4,365. Class 4, from 600 to 730. Then from Linstead to Ocherius. From Linstead to Unity Valley, Class 1, 350 to 440, Class 2, 750 to 885, Class 3, 1,100 to 1,325, Class 4, 150 to 220. From Linstead to Lidford, Class 1, 550 to 685, Class 2, 1,100 to 1,370, Class 3, 1,700 to 2,055, and Class 4, 250 to 345. And then from Unity Valley to Ocherius, Class 1, 200 to 285, Class 2, 450 to 570, Class 3, 700 to 855, and Class 4, 100 to 145. Then from Unity Valley to Ocherius, Class 1, 500 to 605, Class 2, 1,000 to 1,210, Class 3, 1,550 to 1,814, and Class 4 from 250 to 305. Okay. And one last piece. From Lidford to Ocherius. Class 1, from 250 to 345. Class 2, 550 to 690. Class 3, 850 to 1,035. And Class 4, 150 to 175. And those are the proposed rates, the old rate and the new rate, the guy that don't want to include the total. Now they're saying you have 5 days, and this commences from the 23rd from the 23rd of June. So your 5 days will expire on the 28th of June to the 26th of June. Guys, you only have 2 days for which to go and to give your feedback. And they're asking you to send your feedback to the email address tollauthority@mtw.gov.jm. That is TOLL authority at MTW, M as in Mary, T as in Tom, W.gov.jm. That's the email address for you to send your feedback. The fax number, you can also fax the information to 876-929-1612. Or you can call them at 876-929-5119. And if you're calling from overseas, you can call 1-888-991-4692. It's a toll-free number. And you can also visit their offices. The Toll Authority is in the Kingston 5 area at 11A to 15 Oxford Road on the 3rd floor. Yeah. Okay. My feedback. You want to hear my feedback on this, guys? Okay. Let me give you my feedback on this. My feedback is this. I'm going to read it to you. Are they crazy? Really? I say it again, and I'm going to say it. If it is business as usual and everything is going back to normal, then we need to end the DRMA. The Disaster Risk Management Act must be ended now. People want their privacy, they want their freedom and other civil liberties. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. 7,000 tourism workers back to work does not an increase in the employment rate make. So where must people get the money to pay for this increase in toll? Do you really think remittances is sustainable for the economy of a country? How is that for feedback? That's my feedback. Are you crazy, guys? I mean, increasing toll at this point in time. Some people are not even working. Some people just start back working. People have to prepare for school fees for school starting. Oh, PEP came out today. I'm going to give you that PEP story in a minute. You understand, right? And people who have to be preparing now for students going to high school. And of things, students going out to college or whatever, and you want a toll increase. And here's the point: as far as I understand it, this money that they're collecting for toll, it does not go into the Jamaican corporate, right? It is not benefiting us. This is money that they're giving back to the Chinese government for giving us the road in the first instance, as I understand it. So why are we, extend the number of years to repay them if you need to do something? Yeah. But we can't be increasing tolls at this point in time. Absolutely not. Not for it at all. That's my feedback. What's your feedback? Let me have you in the comment, guys. Give me your feedback in the comments. Let me know how you think about it. And give me my thumb up. If you're enjoying the program, guys, let me see your thumbs up. I'm not seeing any thumbs up. Let me see your 10 thumbs up. I know sometimes I get thumbs up and the YouTube doesn't give me my thumbs up, But let me see the thumbs up, guys, if you're enjoying the program and if you agree with what I'm saying. Yeah? Let us have your feedback. Send your feedback and let them know how you think about it. Because if you do, here's the point, guys. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And if you do not give your feedback, they say silence means consent. Have you ever heard the saying? Silence means consent? Absolutely. So in the absence of your comment, they will formulate their own conclusion and they will believe that you're in agreement with them. I mean, they're increasing the toll and then they'll increase the toll on you and then you have to pay more money. And guess what? It also affects those who do not even drive. So if you think, oh, I don't drive, that doesn't affect you, wrong. Because if you travel to Kingston any at all, and you have to take this toll road, I guarantee you on public transportation, you're going to be paying more. Because what these guys do, because they go through the toll road, they charge more for the bus fare. Because, for example, did you know that it is less than $1,000 to go to Kingston on the bus from Montego Bay? It is. However, passengers have to pay $1,000 on the bus. Why? Because they claim that they have to pay toll. So because they take the toll road and they have to pay the tolls, then they have to get it back out of the passengers. That's what happens. So you increase the toll on the passenger, they're going to have to pay more money. You understand? So it's going to affect everybody, whether you are driving or not driving. So send the feedback, man. Send the feedback. You can't send the email, call them. Yeah? Go visit them. Let them know. Go before they. You want to protest? This is an opportunity to protest. You love to protest. No, this is not the embassy, no, the U.S. embassy. No, this is the toll authority office. I gave you the address. Go before them and go protest. Have your picket and say, no tolls, no increase in the tolls. Boy. All right. So anyways, continuing with the news, let me give you this other one. So I showed you the front page of the Gleaner. So let me show you now. So the front page of the Gleaner. This is the other story on the front page of the Gleaner. Can you see it? Right? The other story. External forces fueling crime. Holness tells stakeholders that more money needed to build security architecture. So let me give you that story. The Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, has admitted to weaknesses in the country's national security infrastructure as he bemoaned the lack of investment over time to build out Jamaica's security architecture. Yesterday, at a meeting with stakeholders on crime, Holness said that the public has not yet fully appreciated the dynamic between crime and violence and national security because we dumb, we have no sense. The Prime Minister said that over the years, the country has taken an unsophisticated approach to national security while criminals find new ways to operate. Quote, our opinion leaders, our political leaders, our academics have largely focused on crime for good reasons. Crime is the hot button. It is at a sensitive point where the public actually now feels the impact of weak national security. There is a separation in the minds of the public between national security and crime and violence. In the Jamaican sense, we treat crime and violence as home affairs. Our crime and violence cannot be considered to be home affairs. Holness reasoned. The Prime Minister said that Jamaica's crime problem is not all domestic disputes and petty crimes. He said many of the crimes in Jamaica were being fueled by external forces. As our state evolves and the world around us evolves, he says, there are new and emerging threats which, if not addressed, will undermine the validity of the state. It will in many ways challenge whether or not Jamaica can be a growing concern. Holness told the stakeholders that national security deserved the budgetary allocation that reflects its importance in keeping Jamaicans safe. Quote, we see gangs and we see murders and we think it's just men on the corner, but we have never delved underneath to unearth all of that so that the public can make the connection between the state of their police stations, the number of cars they have to respond, and the intelligence capabilities to be able to secure our borders, the Prime Minister asserted. He also addressed the need for the country to secure its physical airspace and cyberspace to limit those actors who are seeking to bring drugs into the island, as well as to give passage to human traffickers and illicit goods. Should I repeat that, guys? Did you hear what I just said? The Prime Minister said? In a thinly veiled swipe at the opposition, Holness said that he welcomed the opportunity to arrive at a consensus on crime, as it would help to remove the political grandstanding and political diversion. Quote, Jamaica has had 20 crime plans before. What Jamaica has not had is a national security plan, Holness said, as he pushed back against the opposition, which has made several calls for a crime plan. The Prime Minister said that the government has been working on a Plan Secure Jamaica, that's the new crime plan, which will equip the police and the military and build out the national intelligence architecture and secure the borders after 4.5 years. Really, Mr. Prime Minister? Now, who is grandstanding here? Isn't this grandstanding? Be careful though, when you're pointing fingers, watch the fingers that are pointing back at you. You understand? Because here it is, you're pointing fingers at political grandstanding, but here it is, you're playing semantics, because isn't this Plan Secure Jamaica, the first word, guys, in the whole Plan Secure Jamaica, right? Is the word plan, yeah? And he's been talking about the fact that we have had 20 plans and none of them has worked according to him. But here it is, it's bringing another plan, which is now Plan 21. Right? 4.5 years into his tenure, he's bringing out a plan because he has recognized that the other plans have not been working. Yeah? So the call is not supposed to be for more plans. Although he plans to introduce Plan Secure Jamaica. But what I found okay, all right, let me not say that. I take back that. Okay, but let me say this. Okay, so yeah, I love my country, guys, and I love my people. We are very ingenious, I'm telling you. But I find this ingenious of this Prime Minister is for him to say that we, the people, the man call you, do you realize the man call you fool? I can't say man with no sense, because we not make no connection, and we do not see, for example, that the SOE is working according to him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. This particular story, it cut off the whole thing, because they didn't give you all of what the Prime Minister said. And I can understand the article is pretty short. It's just kind of surprising that this particular article is so short. This one was written by Romario Scott. So I don't know, I know how it goes in journalism, so probably limited his word count in this particular case. So the story is pretty short. But he went on to say that if his new plan, this Plan Secure Jamaica, would also incorporate SOEs. SOEs, guys, states of emergencies. How can your crime plan include SOEs? You see, they have lost touch now, guys. They have failed to understand what is the use of a SOE, and they have used SOE so much it has now become a part of their psyche. This morning I was listening to Power 106 with Sanjay Lewis, and he had on the program the chairman of the Police Federation, Sergeant Patrick Rowe. Yeah. So I love that interview. That interview was that guy Sanjay. I lift my hat to him. Sanjay, I lift my hat to you, because he basically hit the nail on the head, and he really asked some tough questions to the sergeant. You understand? Because according to the Sergeant Patriot Rowe, he says, right, and I'm quoting him, he says basically, whatever crime fighting strategy is being implemented, the Federation will support it. And he said that the lifting of the SOEs will not affect the crackdown on crime. So as far as he's concerned, it is not the SOE that is preventing or is aiding them in their crime fight, because whether there's a SOE or no SOE, they can continue to fight crime effectively. In essence, what he was saying. You understand? Okay. But, and I have to put this in. I'm going to get back to that. But let me put this in. He further said, and this is where I don't agree with him. He further said that there is no evidence to support the existence of extensive corruption in the police force. The sergeant said it. He said no statistics is there to support that there's overwhelming corruption in the force. No statistics. Now, you guys, you see why we need Indicom. He is disagreeing with us requiring Indicom. You understand? But how can we expect him to say otherwise? Because he's a police officer, right? So, of course, he does not want an independent commission, right, to monitor the police force. But we do need to have Indicom, because who is going to monitor the monitor? We have to have somebody to monitor the police, and the police cannot police themselves. You understand? It has to be an independent body. Yeah. So I, of course, tweeted to Sanjay, and I have to correct you, Sanjay, because I unfortunately, right, you said, and I haven't gotten a chance to go back on Twitter because I was preparing for the program, but I heard you say that according to Joan Gordon-Webley, and you agreed with her that we do need Indicom. We do need Indicom, and you are agreeing with her that we do need Indicom, because we cannot expect that Sergeant Rowe is going to say otherwise, because he's a police and he's defending the right of the police, and in the Federation, right, they look out for police for the police. That's their role. You understand? Not Joan Gordon-Webley, sir. This is JJ, Women Without Borders. Yeah. Anyways, continuing with the news with regard to that. One other thing that I want to add to that. Let me give you what I want to add to that before I continue with my 2 cents. So I was also reading this article in the Observer, Jamaica Observer, and it says, a number of the island's district constables, DCs, is crying foul over the poor treatment they say is being meted out to them by the JCF, even as the group celebrates District Constable Week. Did you know this week was District Constable Week? I mean, what happened to these people? They don't broadcast these things, How most people know if you don't advertise, yeah? And so this was District Constable Week, guys. So we say happy District Constable Week to all the district constables out there, all the DCs. There are some good ones and there are some bad ones. So we lift our hats out, our hats to all the good ones out there, because they work just as well as the JCF. Yes, they do almost the same work. The difference is because one study for a short period of time, one for a longer period of time. Let me get to the story anyway. So 2 of the DCs who spoke to the Jamaica Observer on condition of anonymity, out of fear of being victimized. Now, why is it, guys, that we can't, this country, we say it in theory, but not in practice? Why can't we have free speech? Why, when I have an opinion, you're going to victimize me? Why? Can't I say what I want to say without being victimized? So here it is that these DCs refuse to give their identity because they do not want to be victimized, right? But they said there's nothing to celebrate during this week at all, because they said that the United District Constables Association was tasked with representing them, right, and defending their interests, but they have failed to champion their cause, according to what they're saying. So that forces them now to have to launch out on their own. Several calls placed to the president of the association, Damian Price, yesterday for a comment was unanswered, so we don't have his side of the story. However, according to the DCs, we do everything that a regular police does, everything you can think of, and we don't get the same treatment. We don't get the same salary. We don't get the same benefits. The only difference between us and a regular police is the length of time we train versus them and the uniform we wear. You know, they wear different uniforms, right? A district constable trains for approximately 8 weeks, while a policeman undergoes 6 months of training. It is also said that the DCs are paid approximately $60,000 a month, while rank and file members of the JCF are paid approximately $90,000 a month, $90,000 a month. And that excludes allowances because they get allowances, including uniform allowances, otherwise. It brings over $100,000 a month. Based on where you are assigned, whatever department entails, that is what you do, he said. They don't say you're a DC, so do less work. But once it comes on to benefits, they tell you that you're not a police. They said degrading things to make you feel less than. And that is true, because I've heard policemen, the way they speak, they look down on DCs. That is true. Certain health benefits they tell you only police can get. Only police get housing, traveling, and years of service. The DC pointed to the Horizon Park operation in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, on June 12, which left 2 policemen, Detective Corporal Dane Biggs and Constable Ricardo Hilton, dead, Superintendent Leon Clooney seriously injured, and District Constable Lawton Richards needing surgery. So there was a DC in the operation too, guys. Yeah, you see that? They went on a sting and the DC was there. The DC has been left to fend for himself, though, since the incident. That's what the DC is reporting. Yeah? The Observer was told that approximately 4 DCs were a part of the supposed 11-man team that went on that early morning operation and were attacked, allegedly, by deportee Damien Hamilton, who was later that day got cut down by police in Coralville Garden, St. Andrew. Richard, the father of a 3-week-old baby, was reportedly shot in the leg during the attack and was to undergo surgery on Wednesday of this week here. You know what hurt? The DC said. The fact that he alone fought. You know what hurt? The DC said. The fact that he alone fought for like 5 to 10 minutes or more out of that shooting. You hear that? The DC. We hear 3 went down. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. He said, we hear 3 went down, including Clooney, and the rest took cover. Every time we mention or talk about him, people asking if a district constable did get shot. Nobody no know nothing. All the reports talk about the police them who dead and Clooney. Then you hear a 4th policeman. We are out there doing the same job, risking our lives the same way. And for what? If you tell them that you're not going a particular area to work and point out of the district what the district constable act said, they tell you that the act is ancient and that they are not following it. Listen to what the DC said. But if you complain about working 12 hours without competition for overtime, you are to work and get paid for only 40 hours per week. We not presentation. We have 40 hours per week. We not presentation. We have an association. But what can they do? The thing. First of all, we don't even know when they have elections. We just in the force one arm within the JCF that treats the investigator. And the story continues, guys. Point we're having in this country. I'm gonna this program, even the police force is broken. Well, no, the police force is broken, yeah. And we see what is happening here, yeah. And seriously, I mean, it is assaulting to our intelligence when we're just gonna stand up and speak the way he does and say what he does. At 4.5 years to do so as soon as possible. We can actually say that where we fought, treat us stupid out of your own mouth yesterday. Because so we can see, you understand, that you are serious about getting the guns, getting the drugs, paid off for the country. And because we know into the country, all these things get into the country, all these AK for $1 million weapon to threat the friend the truth. Who cannot tell? The friend man, stop it. Yeah? And you must get charged. You must get charged. Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right. Continuing, guys, with the news. Oh, and as I said, leave Indicom alone and give them some more power. Yes, because you can't monitor yourself. You need an independent body to monitor you. And you think you're ingenious, you know. You're, with this ingenious self, talking about Indicom not having access to certain records because the Act says they must not have certain records, and the Privy Council only ruled against them because the Act does not provide. There's no provision in the Act for them to act for the charge. So that's why the Privy Council had to rule against them. If you change the Act, if the Act is amended and they get the power, then look and see, then they'll be able to charge. That's the point. Yeah? And I can tell it for a fact because I've heard ears with my own ears, I've heard policemen say that they don't like Indicom because of Indicom they can't do XYZ, and I won't call what XYZ is. But I'm telling you, we need Indicom. Continuing. And according to an article in the Jamaica Observer titled Pep Peeved, that's what I had, PEP guys, Pep Peeved. Parents of grade 6 students are fuming as a result of incorrect information disseminated by the Ministry of Education regarding the portal on which they should have registered on Wednesday in order to access the primary exit profile PEP placement results at 4 p.m. this afternoon, today, Friday, right? It's supposed as of 5 p.m. that evening. The purpose of accessing the portal on Wednesday was to register and change the password to ensure privacy when the results became available. But at the time the portal was ready to go live, parents faced a roadblock as that URL was still invalid. Me stress, because right now I'm trying to get on the register and to the site, and that was to open at 5 p.m. now function, Natalie Roberts said. This don't make no sense. Come on, you're telling us that we need to log on at 5. You give out letters to the parents and tell us to register, and this is not working. This is sloppy. Bad, man. This is foolishness, she said. As some parents struggled to figure out their next move, others who entered a seemingly incorrect website address got access. So instead of parentdpisonline.com, as was promoted to the media and indicated in the letter sent to the parents, the correct website was www.parents.dpisonline.com. The difference being the letter S. This further angered the parents. I was typing in what they sent me, which is parent. So just up to chance someone added an S to the parent and got to the correct site. One letter make a huge difference, and then I realize that neither. The people they are drawn. Why haven't the Minister of Education corrected this through the media or even on their website? Nicole Armstrong wants to know. On accessing the correct portal, parents were again set back as to complete the registration and change the password for security purposes, an activation code was required. However, when parents selected whether they wanted the code sent to their phones or to the email, they sat waiting for hours and never received the code. They did not receive the code. When I logged on, I typed in information given in the letter, kept being told invalid username and password combination. I kept sending information. I have not received a response. I requested the activation code. The site requires via phone, and I still haven't received it, Robert said. I signed up, but I don't even know if I was registered because I have been waiting on the activation code since last night. Some people say they have got theirs. Others, like myself, still have not received it. Another parent said yesterday. Up to press time, which was at 12 something this morning, the issue was slowly being resolved as parents informed the Jamaica Observer that they had either got through or knew individuals who were able to complete the registration process. Quote, I tried again Thursday afternoon and I got through, but I had to wait for a while too, and even got a message saying the site is under maintenance and I can register on Friday, as the result will not be ready until 4 p.m. Okay, and the story continues with more discrepancies again. Anyways, giving the Minister of Education side to the whole story. So the Minister of Education yesterday assured parents that the system had been stress tested to ensure it stands up to the flood of parents and guardians who would access it today at 4 p.m. So they advised that both the initial URL parent as well as parents can be used to access the portal. So whether you have an S or not, you can use it. Acknowledging the challenges parents had experienced registering on the portal, Ministry said in a release yesterday that the issues are being addressed and would not affect the release of the results today. It also said student scores and placement for the PEP will also be available at the primary level schools today at 2 p.m. So basically, in another approximately 1 hour, you can go to the school, the primary school where your child attends, and get the results of the PEP. But as I understand it, and I've not seen the physical paper, and I've not seen on the front page of the paper, which normally you'd have had on the front page of the newspaper. I'm not seeing where it has actually been published in the newspaper. So I don't know. I can't. I would have expected that it would have been in today's paper. That's what I would have expected, right? Because they did say they were going to use other channels besides using the online portal, because we know 50% of the country don't have access to the internet. So we expect that it would have been otherwise, as would have been the case in previous years. So it would have been issued, published in the paper. I have not seen it on the front page of the paper, right? And so I don't know if it is in the paper, because I do not have a physical copy of the paper, so I can't tell you. However, they say, the Ministry of Education says, if you go to the school, the primary school where your child attends by 2 p.m. today, you can get the results there. And also for those persons who are able to go online, they can go online at 4 p.m. today to get the results. All right, that's all. I give you what I have, guys. I can't give what I don't have. All right, one more story before I go international. Okay, no, when we talk borders, I have to give you international news, right? So before I go to international, let me give you one more local news. So a second wave of the Sahara dust is reportedly on its way, guys, and has already started to move across the Eastern Caribbean. So it's already over the Eastern Caribbean. Education Center, a plume of Sahara dust was noted across the tropical Atlantic. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica reported this afternoon that the current wave of Saharan dust plume is reducing in our region. The Met Service said to expect hazy conditions to continue over the weekend. However, it said a trough will become the significant feature for the next few days. Additionally, it said the low-level jet stream across the Central Caribbean will continue to bring windy conditions across the island, especially across southern parishes. So you can't have it both, you can't have the rain and have the dust. It's either one or the other. So when the dust left, the rain came, right? While the dust is there, no rain. So if it is that the dust is on its way to us, you can expect that whatever trough there is will be dissipated. You understand? In the next couple of hours. So if you have rainfall today, if the rain falls today, and tomorrow, then there's no dust. But if the rain falls today and then there's no rain tomorrow, then you can expect that it travels with the wind. It is basically itching a ride on the wind, right? So depending on the speed, it will determine how quickly it gets to us, right? But you can expect that it is on its way. If it is in Eastern, if it is in the Eastern Caribbean, then you can expect it's going to get to us between Saturday and Sunday sometime. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, guys, you have to be careful with this dust, right? Already I've heard, there are cases, you have not heard the numbers, but I've heard through the grapevine, and I'm not giving it to you because I need concrete information. I'm not going to give an hearsay. I want to get concrete information before I pass it on to you. And so, but I've heard through the grapevine that there are persons who have had or developed respiratory problems as a result of the Sahara dust that we just had that left us Thursday, right? And so I'm advising you, guys, remember when you go outside, you got to put your mask on. Not only are we in the pandemic, still we're in the pandemic, the COVID-19, but also we have the Sahara dust that is coming. And if you have respiratory illnesses, it is going to aggravate it. If you're asthmatic, you have a COPD, right? Asthma being one of them, then you're going to have problems with this dust, right? And so ensure to wear your mask if you're going outside, guys. Unfortunately, JPS is going to bathe, and they've been bathing, and we need to really investigate them, because they have been, I mean, this whole COVID-19, people have been indoors all the time, running up their electricity bill with the ACs and the fans, right? And so it is because you have to close your windows and to keep all the dust. So you got to run your AC and run your fans. And so I'm saying, JPS, we need some rebate, because you guys are making profit. Okay, and so you need to give your customers some rebate. It's now June, almost 6 months, and you have been collecting on light bills, right? And you need to do something about your customers, and we need competition. So we're expecting a quick result from the OUR, and we want to see a competitiveness wherein other stakeholders are able to offer other alternatives to JPS and to Flow and to Digicel and to Water Commission, all of the utilities. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And telecommunications. Absolutely. Okay, guys. So on that note, let me go straight now into international news. And I must say, congratulations to Liverpool. Yes, you lovely team out there in England. You have won the English Premier League. Wow. Congratulations indeed. Guys, 30-year drought. After 30 years, Liverpool won. So let me get this story quick. So the 30-year wait is over. Liverpool is champion of England again. Liverpool clinched its first league title since 1990 on Thursday, ending an agonizing title drought without the players even having to take the field. They didn't even have to play. Yeah, what happened? The Premier League crown was secured when Chelsea beat second place Manchester City 2-1, a result that means that Manchester City can no longer catch Liverpool with 7 games remaining. For the city of Liverpool, this has been a party 3 decades in the making, but the ongoing restrictions caused by the coronavirus meant fans were unable to celebrate in large crowds. Only a few dozen fans were outside Anfield as the final whistle blew at the Stamford Bridge, setting off fireworks and chanting. And I saw the video going viral, guys, and there was no social distancing, no physical distancing. Neither social distancing nor physical distancing. Yeah. Congratulations to Liverpool. I've been cinched the title. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. And I got to give you this other one, guys. Excuse me. Eastern Congo marked an official end on Thursday. Yesterday was a busy day, to the second deadliest Ebola outbreak in history. So Eastern Congo, no Ebola finito. Yeah. The outbreak killed 2,280 people over nearly 2 years, as armed rebels and community mistrust undermined the promise of new vaccines. Thursday's milestone, was overshadowed by the enormous health challenges that still faces the Congo. Yeah, because they still have to deal with the world's largest measles epidemic. Yeah. So right now we're talking about COVID-19 in Congo. The DRC, right? They're happening to our brothers and sisters in Africa, but they are facing even more serious challenges than what we are facing here over in the West. Yeah. Yeah, guys, the feed is fluctuating again. I see the feed is fluctuating. Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you for sticking with me during this broadcast, and I do understand, right? Okay, so I am back. So to continue, Pakistan's state-run airline said it will ground 150 pilots, accusing them of obtaining licenses by having others take exams for them after a probe into last month's crash that killed 97 people in Karachi. Feed. Oh. Okay, we're back. Okay, yes. Thank you for sticking. To continue. So, Pakistan's state-run airline said Thursday it will ground 150 pilots, accusing them of obtaining licenses by having others take exams for them after a probe into last month's crash that killed 97 people in Karachi. You hear that, guys? Abdullah Hafiz, a spokesman for Pakistan International Airlines, didn't give additional details about the cheating, but said a process to fire the pilots had been initiated. Quote, "We will make sure that such unqualified pilots never fly aircraft again," he told the Associated Press, the AP. He said the safety of passengers was the airline's top priority. The move by the PIA to ground the pilots comes a day after the country's aviation minister, Ghulam Sakar Khan, said 262 out of the 860 Pakistani pilots had fake licenses. He made the revelation while presenting preliminary findings of a probe to Parliament into the May 22nd Airbus A320 aircraft crash. The feed is fluctuating, guys. Yeah. Okay. I am wrapping up. I hope you heard that. I hope you heard that news, guys, because I'm not quite sure how much of it you're getting because of the feed. It is really it's fluctuating very badly. And from what I'm seeing, I can see it is really fluctuating. So I'm not even sure if you're hearing me clearly right now. I hope that you are actually hearing me though. Okay, I'm wrapping up anyway, guys. I'm finishing up now. I'm finishing up for today. So I just want to finish up without having to do another segment. I'm going to make a playlist of these two. Hopefully, I won't have to do more than just these two. Yeah. So, yeah. Finally, the final story I'm giving you guys, final story for the day. So, the Antigua and Barbuda government says every person entering the country will need to be tested and will undergo mandatory quarantine after the island recorded 39 cases of COVID-19 from individuals who arrived in the country recently. 39 individuals recently arrived in the country. Remember, guys, Antigua and Barbuda was one of those countries in the travel bubble. Remember the travel bubble? Yeah, the travel bubble. So we have those countries, 10 countries who are part of the travel bubble that our Jamaican government said if you're part of the bubble, you will not be tested. You remember? Antigua and Barbuda, one of those countries in the travel bubble. And here it is. We are getting this information out of Antigua and Barbuda that they have 39 new cases of COVID-19 as a result of persons coming into their island in recent times. Officials say that all 39 have been placed in quarantine since their arrival. They now bring these 39 bring to 65 the total number of persons with COVID-19 in Antigua and Barbuda. You see how low their rate was before, guys? And as a result of these 39 persons who have entered the island, their rate is now up because they did like Jamaica and they opened their borders, right? And so they have 39 persons who have since come into the island with COVID-19. Everyone who entered Antigua and Barbuda, including returning nationals to live within the communities with relatives and friends, with no exception, will be tested and will be quarantined mandatorily, Prime Minister Gaston Brown said, adding, "We must continue to keep our country safe." Amen and amen and amen. And on that note, guys, I am done. They say, "Juke me with the fork," because I'm done. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I see where in the feed has been really, really, really unstable, and I know when it's unstable, whatever I'm saying, you miss out parts of what I am saying, and you get it in bits and pieces, and it's very tinny because I also watch the replay, so I see that sometimes when that happens, you're not able to hear what I'm saying or get the full gist of what I'm saying because of the fact that the words I get cut off because of this fluctuating feed. And I do apologize for that, guys, but I don't know. I have no control over it. Okay, I am really, really sorry about that. Anyways, I hope you were able to hear enough to get, to make informed decisions out of what I have said. And I really thank you and appreciate you spending the time with me this afternoon. Okay, as I said before, guys, I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be back on Sunday at 1 p.m. Hopefully the feed will be better then. At the time, I'm only hoping and praying, right, that the feed will be better. Okay, so guys, remember to share the broadcast with your friends and family, right? That they too can become informed about what's happening in Jamaica and around the world. Okay. And remember to go on my Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram at Omega News JA, where you can go like, comment, and share the broadcast with your friends and family. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. You see why it's very important for you to subscribe. I hope you're subscribing. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel, Omega News, okay? And hit the notification bell so that whenever I am back live, that you will be notified that I am on. So until I see you on Sunday, God willing, this is JJ, Women Without Borders, saying as always, guys, remember when you go out to make sure you wear your mask. And remember to practice physical distancing. Guys, when you're coming into the country, we welcome you. But we say we understand that you're excited to see your family, but please protect your family. Wear your mask at all times and ensure that your family are wearing their masks too. We can't have a 6-year-old contracting COVID-19, guys. 6 years old. Yeah? Please, we know your family and they're happy to see you, but ensure that all proper protocols are put in place, okay? And remember to practice infection control measures. Wash your hands and keep your surfaces clean of germs, okay? Okay, guys. And remember to look out for each other, love each other, show love and compassion for each other, okay? Each one help one. That's what we're here to do, to help each other. So until I see you on Sunday, God willing, this is JJ, Women Without Borders, saying, stay blessed and be a blessing. Love you. Bye.